Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Final Fantasy XVI. Last time we left off, we were heading over here, and we did two quests, which were pretty depressing, but
Had another
hey.
drop in the field yesterday.
How do they expect us to finish the harvest when the ones the capital sends us are already half stone?
Oh boy, I don't really want to be here.
Tolerant as Isabel says. It's no wonder the Empire never sent my unit here.
Yeah, boy, it's not a happy place.
It's my turn. Let me try.
Come on, give it back. If my dad finds out, he'll clobber me.
Your dad's gonna clobber you. Hey, can I buy stuff?
Buy, sell, or be gone.
Okay, well at least you'll actually let me buy things. Not that you sell anything worth a shit. Okay, so that's who I need to talk to.
I'll be needing some more straw for the stables. One of the ends just gave birth.
I see. Anything else going on around here?
Weren't expecting any new branded until the new moon. You don't think he's a deserter, do you?
You got something to say? Say it to my face. How about that? Nothing really interesting back here. Probably the main thing I'm going to be doing in this town is just talking to that one character. You look kind of important, like you might have a side quest later.
You are fortunate to have fallen into the dame's good graces, but her influence wanes the further you stray from Northreach. Remember that, my wayward lamb.
Yeah, well, the influence of the sword only gets stronger the further I go, so you better watch yourself. There we go, that's what I was looking for. Black blood, sharp fangs, bull silk. Cool. Alright, well, that seems to be just about everything I can do here.
You good-for-nothing sluggard.
Oh, come on. That thing looks bleached. Alright, let's go. Speak to Bertrand.
Are you Bertrand? The dame sent me.
Sounds about right. Only time I hear from her is when she wants something. Well, go on then. What is it?
One of her courtesans has gone missing, and I need to find her. A soldier who may have information on her whereabouts is rumored to have come here to meet with a trader.
Many traders stop to peddle their wares on their way to the capital, but only one's been seen quarreling with a soldier.
Is he still here?
The trader? Oh, yeah. Stubborn sod stood his ground till the soldier got tired of shouting, from what I hear. If you seek him out, keep your head down. Fact is, folks round here would sooner hang a branded than help him. And that's even with the dame's brooch for protection.
Understood.
I'd like to see him try. Okay, so you're totally the character I pointed out that seemed like you were important, yes. Hello.
What's this? A branded? Where's your master? Must I call for the constable?
I come to you from Northreach, at the behest of the dame. Perhaps you've heard of her.
Why, of course I have. I am the good lady's servant. What is it that she requires of me?
Rumor has it you were seen arguing with a soldier some few days ago. A soldier with a scar over his eye.
Yes, that's right. He had a comb which he claimed was an antique. Said he wanted to trade it for a newer one. But old though it was, an antique it most certainly was not, as I told him. Nevertheless, he insisted that it was of great value, and was quite vehement about my appraisal. I stood firm, however, and for all his bluster, he still purchased a new comb, albeit an inexpensive one.
And do you know where he went after that?
My customers aren't usually in the habit of telling me whither they are bound, but as it happens, this one did. Yonder ruins, strange as it may sound.
My thanks.
Not at all. I would do anything for the dame. Anything. Be sure and tell her, won't you, that I was helpful. I mean, most helpful.
No. No. Ass kisser. No. God. You were, as soon as I mentioned the dame's name, you were all about it. So if I go up here, what's up here? 'Cause I can't help but notice that there's something up here. Anything of interest? There's a little something. Okay, what's up here? There's probably no point coming up here right now. I imagine most of these points I'm just gonna be led to by a side quest at some point, but we can explore it really quick. Ah, the church. This is probably where that priest is from. Okay, I mean, I'm not really seeing much up here. Can't go in, right? Nope. It says I can go here, though. Yeah, this is probably for a quest later. This is why I didn't want to come over here. Because, yeah. Most of the areas are probably going to be inaccessible until you get a quest associated with them. Or there's just not going to be any reason to go up there until you do the quest associated with it. Alright, so back down here. And over here's the ruins? Yeah, there we go. By being, about to be eaten alive by these.
Death here, Torgal.
Yep.
Wolves. Can't let them get any closer to the village.
Hello. They do have some HP. I will give them that. There we go. Bloated alpha, huh? How do you like gouge? I mean, there's no real reason in using gouge on you because, you don't have a stagger meter is what I was getting ready to say. That felt cool. It's a single fireball. Pew! Good. Alright, so what do we got? Both of you are dead?
Damn it all. Bodies. A man and a woman.
And there's the comb.
Well, the wolves have been busy. But the blood is long dry. So it is you, Tatienne.
If that's true, then the body next to hers will be Yannick's. The girl Yannick went off to sea every night. He said her name was Tatienne.
You. Did you follow me?
Now, why would I do that? Unless you think I'd have good reason to. But no. I was sent to find Yannick. By the looks of things, I have.
We both found who we were searching for.
Nah, he was a jealous sod. Couldn't stand the thought of his woman with someone else. Then one day he sees her with a new comb. Thinks she's got herself a new gallant. Tells the garrison he's gonna find the man and kill him. We know it's all talk, but then he disappears off to Moor for some dealings and doesn't come back.
If you mean this comb, it was a gift from the dame.
If only Yannick had bothered to ask, eh? He might not be rotting on a hill.
I think he meant to ask her something else. He stole the old comb and bought her a new one in the hope they'd wed.
Wed? Where would they have gone? Certainly not back to Northreach with the dame waiting. And we all know what happens to deserters. Tell the dame I'm sorry for her loss. When the lads come to collect Yannick's body, I'll see that Tatienne is delivered to the Vale.
Is that wise?
Oh, there won't be any covering up this mess. The most we can hope for is that the Dame doesn't hold it against us. Speaking of which, I saw her in Moor just now. Could you tell her what happened? Might sound better coming from you.
Well, you're a lot nicer to me now.
Perhaps the comb will give her something to remember Tatienne by.
You're a lot friendlier. I guess the somber circumstances with which we met back up again will do that. Well, give me this. 3 sharp fangs. We have quite a few battles to do too, which we will get to in just a moment.
If it was a message that needed delivering, I could have seen to it, milady.
Of course you could, had it not been personal. You are still in one piece, I see. You will be pleased to hear that your companions have arrived. They said they would meet you at a little chapel to the east of...
Damn it!
Thank you, but you needn't have come all this way just to tell me. I was on my way to see you.
You found her then?
Unfortunately, yes, I did.
I see. My dear Tatienne. It is by no means uncommon for a client to fall for a courtesan. Especially a client who's young and far from home. But rarely do such tales have happy endings.
I found this with Tatienne. I believe it was yours.
There you go. Old wooden comb gifted to Tatienne by Madame Isabel. Several of the teeth appear to have been recently broken.
Thank you for returning it. I shall see that it has a place on her pyre.
Alright. Well, we can go meet up with Jill and Sid and get back to things. It seems.
I should go.
Before you do, I have one last gift. A token of my thanks. The Vale counts among its patrons several high-ranking officers of the Imperial Army. According to one of the looser-tongued gentlemen, it would appear that the legions are planning to march south.
Or to mention the same thing.
But did he mention that it was all of the legions? This is no mere skirmish. Were I to guess, I'd say the Emperor planned to abandon the capital. But that couldn't possibly be true now, could it? Take care, Clive.
I will. And thank you again.
Alright, well that's good information. I am gonna go meet up with Jill and Sid. Jill and Sid.
Weren't expecting any new brand.
And then we'll go around and I'll beat up all the monsters around here and explore the areas that I haven't explored yet. Because it'll be easier to beat up the monsters with some help. So, if it teleports me away in like a cutscene or something, I can always just come back over here. Won't be the biggest deal in the world. Doot. Hello. I am here. Now I can go in, yep. I didn't expect this is where the main quest was going to take me. I thought for sure this would be a side quest, but...
Any trouble on the way?
None worth mentioning.
As I was telling Jill, it's worse than I thought. The capital's crawling with soldiers.
And here I am, the deserter come home.
Which is why we'll be taking the back door.
Cool. So it probably wasn't Jill that made that wave that froze, right? Must be somebody else. Or it was just like a weird natural phenomena somehow. Or I'm just missing something. The pleasure houses in Oriflamme. I was about to say, I think I see some courtesans walking around. We did get teleported here. Shit.
Cheer up, you two. Can't think of a safer place in the Empire than a... brothel.
Jill don't like it.
Doesn't seem very private.
No, this is great. Also, I wouldn't sit on that couch, Sid. No telling where that thing's been.
So then, how do we proceed?
We'll be using the glass gate. Tonight, just after sunset.
Where the shards are loaded for transport. That is one of the most heavily guarded points in all of Sambrec.
But not the most, which is a start. Besides, I know a shortcut straight to the heart.
A shortcut? And how exactly did you come to know about this fatal chink in the Empire's armor?
Let's just say I may have attempted something similar before. And may have ended up running for dear life after being discovered by Bahamut, but that's not important.
The moaning in the background.
If the mother crystals truly are the cause of the blight.
If? You wound me, Jill.
What I'm trying to say is, if the powers that be know all of this, why do they sit idle and allow it to continue?
In case you haven't noticed, the God-fearing people of this realm and their pious leaders care for but one thing, themselves. And they'll do whatever it takes to hold on to power. The rest of us are just a means to an end. The moment you raise your voice against them, you're decried as an outlaw, clapped in irons and slung in a cell to rot.
An outlaw.
Whoever controls the crystals controls the realm. But our kind can wield magic without them. To our rulers, we must seem the most convenient of tools. And the most dangerous.
But what makes them think they have the right to use us? To leave us to die when our bodies are spent?
Does a nobleman weep for a broken mug? A torn tunic? Our fate means nothing to them. No, this isn't a battle you can win with words. Believe me, I've tried, but nothing ever gets through. The world is simply not ready to listen. So to hell with talking. If they won't give us a say, we'll decide our fates another way. You can't blame a man for wanting to bring an end to all this, can you?
I can't. But what of all the people you mean to rob of their comforts? Are you happy for them to call you outlaw?
Sid the Outlaw. Aye, that'll do me.
You might at least pretend to take this seriously.
Have a little faith, Jill. Even if you don't think much of my choice of digs. If it means my deeds will be remembered, I'll gladly play the role of villain. But first, we have a gate to crash. And once we're in, there'll be no turning back. So you best make ready. The world won't save itself.
That was a funny cutscene. Jill was so done. Jill was so incredibly done with that whole thing. Just like, Alrighty, well, at least I have the opportunity to continue doing what I was doing over here. So, yeah. There's things I need to do here. Ah, the chocobos and stuff have respawned. Interesting. Alright. There's that battle done. So we can see how much experience and AP I have right there. I think rather than show what I get at the end of every single fight, I think I'm just going to show my total once I'm done beating all these things up. I'm really surprised you can grind considering we have a skill tree, but yeah. Alright, well, yeah, I'll take these enemies out. I'm not going to explore anywhere new. Oh, what is this? Oh, just another one of you. Okay. Well, I gotta show this one. I've mentioned that I'll be showing these, so... There's the Rathalos attack. Deadly Embrace. And... Big Gouge. There we go. Big damage. Ooh, okay, that attack always trips me up because it takes so incredibly long to go off. So slashy, slashy, slashy. Okay. Whoop. Kind of screwing up everything here. Ow. A little bit late there. There we go. Bye-bye, Dragon Avis. And there's an update on how much AP I have, I guess. So, I guess we're right here at this thing. I can check this out, like, right now. But, yeah, I mean, these birds and the chocobo respawned and stuff, and I also want to check out a few other things around here, so...
An Imperial watchtower. Should be well stocked.
Good. Good. Glad I came over here. Interesting.
Wait. You're not one of us.
I am not one of you. I can't believe we could just walk up here and do this, actually. Huh. Interesting. I mean, I guess there's no witnesses here, but... there we go. Gotta take that out. Whoop. Uh-huh. Oh, that totally missed. Uh-huh. Hello, everyone. Everybody gather around. Ooh, I was trying to, like, guard. Like this was, Zelda. Oh my god. Can't block if you're in the air, jackass. There we go. Good stuff. Give. Demon Tamer Sash. Okay, well, I'm glad I came back over here. That's good. So, let's go ahead and grab... What is this? Is better. While slaying a demon, it merely returns its soul to the hell whence it came, until such time as it is resummoned to inhabit a new host. Taming a demon is a much more effective means of dampening its evil influence on the corporeal plane. By luring and trapping the undying spirit of Hellspawn into accoutrements worn on one's person, one might also harness their power and channel a portion of it of their own. Cool. I believe that's how you say that word. I have not encountered it much, but I think it's accoutrements. Okay. Well, we got that. There's a little bit more down there to do, so let me, once again, just wipe out a bunch of creatures here. I'll see you in but a moment. Alright, I believe that's all of them. And we're up to 1532 on the XP. Or ability points, rather. So, can I get that cool thing I want? Oh, I'm 8 away. I'm sure we'll get into, like, one more fight. But yeah, that was everything around here. Like I said, you get a pretty good amount of AP for scraping those things up. I'm sure the game gives you plenty of AP, just, you know, normally to get every single thing in the game, and you probably don't have to grind for them. But, you know, It's whatever. We can fight these vultures. It's actually really, really funny that these are called vultures, because vultures would absolutely not be aggressive with you. Vultures are scavengers. They're not going to attack you. Pretty much the only thing they have that could be considered an attack, I believe, is vomiting on you, which is their, like, main defense mechanism. They would basically just vomit on me and run away. They wouldn't fight me. But, yeah. That's this world's version of vultures. I guess they're different and way more aggressive. Alright, so what's over here? Just thought I would come down here and check and see if there's anything of note. Oh, I actually activated a thing. That's nice.
Look here, men. This branded would be so bold as to seek passage into our holy capital. Were he accompanied by his master, we might be compelled to grant it. But alas, he is alone. And the law regarding masterless branded is clear. Unless he wishes us to take him into custody, I suggest he return to his owner immediately.
Okay. Fuck you too. Alright, so that was that. I think that's pretty much everything, because we've been over there. I just have to go to that place that's over there by the town now. Alright, we're back over here. Those look like enemies I'm probably going to need to fight. So, let's go ahead and get my new ability. I have just enough for it. That actually worked out really well. So, Tornado that slowly hunts down nearby enemies and inflicts multiple hits. Aerial Blast. Whirlwind duration is increased. So, probably want to get rid of, like, Wicked Wheel for that. So yeah, let's put that on. So bye Wicked Wheel. Hello Aerial Blast. Look at that stagger infliction. Cool. And you three are going to be my guinea pigs, I do believe. Yes. Hello.
Who goes there?
How are you doing? That friend sounds like he's having a very, very good time in there. Yeah, you sounded like you had a great time, friend. Well, it kept him busy for quite a while, so...
It's over.
Big punish. There we go. There's a just constantly as they get knocked around. Alright, well let's see what's over here. There's more Imperials over here. That probably means this is another, yeah, Westwatch. So there's stuff for me over here. Nice. I can't help but feel like if I squint sometimes with the combat, I mean, sans me having, like, you know, multiple friends to fight with, it really does feel like I'm playing, Tales of Arise sometimes, specifically with the Burning Blade and all that. Very, very similar to how Alphen plays. Except, I believe I leaned into aerial combos a little bit more with Alphen. Maybe? Can't quite recall. Maybe at some point I'll lean more into aerial combos with you, Clive. So, I can't get up here. Looks like. Besides there being a pretty view, there might be other stuff up here. Hey, Torgal. So is there anything up here? Doesn't really seem like it. But hey, we checked it out just in case. Unless there's something down here. Nope, just a pretty view. That is all. Alright. Well, let's continue over this way. Can't believe our hideout's in the brothel. It was very, very funny how incredibly pissed Jill was. Jill was like, I hate it here. Clearly very uncomfortable with the entire situation there. Alright, anything up here on this hill? Item. And also some wool hounds. Ooh, there's a lot of you. Here we go, how about this? Kablamzo. Just get up here and combo them. My god, look at them. Such an absurd attack. It kind of reminds me of like attacks like the magic in like Dragon's Dogma, because the magic in, you know, those games, and also that one other game that really leaned into magic, I forget the name of it, was co-op. Yeah, it reminds me of those, because the big things with those games is like the high level magic in those is ridiculous and quite a spectacle. So what is that? Is it a ruin? It looks like a bit of ruin. Don't fall from here, Clive. It is a bit of ruin. Just look at that. And a dragonet. Hello. A chronolith has been detected nearby. What is a chronolith? I mean, seems like a, you know, combination of chrono, which I'm pretty sure just means time, and monolith. Just there's those both words are just kind of snapped as mushed together. Chrono and monolith. Just give me lore.
It's the same as the one back at the hideaway. Doesn't seem to be working though.
Oh, is this the thing that lets me the Hand of Mimas? Is that the thing that lets me like redo battles or whatever? Might have been.
Don't let them get away.
Thank you. We're gonna need to beat these up really, really quickly so I can deal with the bigger elephant in the room. Yeah. Where are you at? Iframes, nerd. Have you heard of him? Alright. Now I can focus on you. Alright? Are you ready for your turn?
Not this time.
Nope. Alright. Down you go. Alright, I'm definitely going to be using this aerial blast while you're stunned because it says it does stupid staggers, so let's see how much it helps me here. It seems like it's doing pretty well here. Got me up to 150, or 1.50 rather. Oh my god, and it even inflicted massive stagger there. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now you just chain staggered. Oh, that's unfortunate, friend. Okay, yeah, I'm really, really glad I got that ability. Uh-huh. Down you go. It does have a ridiculously long cooldown, but I'm honestly fine with that. There we go. Very, very long cooldown, but that's cool with me. It's a fun ability. So. Alrighty. So that was that. More dragon talons obtained. Okay, and now we just need to get over here to Westwatch and see what we got. And then we can move forward. Hey friends! Am I not welcome here? Is that so? Oh, okay. There we go.
That's enough.
No, you do not. There.
Stay down. It's over. Garuda, lend me your strength.
More enemies appear? Ooh, okay. Hi. There we are. Hello. Let's go ahead and throw one of these down. Look at them get juggled. Oh my god, it's super funny. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just constantly. And like I said, it destroyed the whatchamacallit thing once I staggered it. That little wyvern that we ran into. Okay, cool. Well then, let's go ahead and get out of here then. What do we want to do? I could go back to the hideaway and we could do a little bit of light reading. That might be a good call at this particular point, because if I go over here, we're going to get into battle and I'm not really going to have a good situation to save, I think. So I think we should probably save that for next time, unfortunately. But this is where the video ends for probably most people. But I'm going to go do some reading. You don't have, I doubt they have any more blacksmith stuff. That thing I got is new, but yeah, it doesn't show any updates over there. Alright, so let's go read up on some more stuff with tomes, and also turn in what I have.
And how might this old soul...
There you go, Harpocrates. Barely anything.
To study the tomes?
Alright, more. Farming village located in the rye fields of the Royal Meadows not far from the Sambucqua capital of Oriflamme. Her residents harbor a strong hatred for bears, more even than elsewhere in the Empire, making it a very dangerous place to visit for those who bear the brand. Yeah, it's basically the bearer version of like a sundown town, fortunately. A realm comprising the twin continents of Storm and Ash, over which the Mother Crystals stand timeless vigil. At the foot of each, great cities have risen up over the eons, and around them powerful nations. Though the land has been blessed with light of magic since time immemorial, in recent years a creeping blackness has begun to gnaw at its borders, the Blight. Westerly of Valisthea's two great continents, with its frozen northern reaches, its temperate marshy midlands, and the searing heat of the south, boasts a breadth of climes and cultures not seen anywhere else in the known realms. Hidden refuge built on fallen ruins in the blighted lands of Central Storm. It is from here that Cid operates his secretive society of freed bears. So accustomed are most so-called branded to ill treatment at their master's hands that their first experience of something approaching freedom within the hideaway's walls, be it even something as small as a hot meal or a soft bed, can come as a considerable shock. A lot of these things do have, like, previous versions of the information, basically. But pretty much what I'm doing is just clicking on everything that's new. So I might miss, like, a first version of something if I never read the first version, but I already have the second version. But it doesn't seem like they changed that much. They just update for new events, basically. Capital city of the Duchy of Rosaria, Rosalith Castle, seat of the Archduke, stands at the heart of the storied settlement, whose marketplaces teem with activity. Alas, the encroaching blight has rendered vast swaths of the land to the north uninhabitable, driving refugees south in ever greater numbers and placing an unbearable strain on Rosalith's all-too-finite resources. The Apothecary, place of worship located in the depths of Phoenix Gate, an ancient stronghold on the northwestern border of the former Duchy of Rosaria. A large mural dominates the sacred chamber, where the rite of ancestral communion, ceremony carried out by the Duchy's dominant prior to marching into battle, was once performed. Highest of the noble houses of Rosaria, the dominant of the Phoenix is always born into the Rosfield line, and so it is always a Rosfield who sits upon the ducal throne. A clutch of humble stone buildings perched above Sorrowwise Bay in the imperial province of Rosaria's southeastern lowlands. The abbey was built in order to propagate the Gregorian faith after the Duchy of Rosaria was made part of the Holy Empire of Sambric, and as such is one of the rare examples of imperial architecture in the region. Hamlet located in the eastern part of the imperial province of Rosaria, it was once surrounded by fertile farmland, but the southward creep of the Blight eventually drove out most of the inhabitants. The aftermath of the attack on Phoenix Gate in 1860 and the Ironblood invasion that followed, many fled here, including bearers who have lost their masters. The majority of that population, however, was wiped out in the culling of bearers ordered by Empress Annabella, and the village now lies abandoned and in ruins. Purge was a brutal attack on the Rosarian village of Eastpool in the year 873. Annabella Lesage, Holy Empress of Sambrec and the Vicereine of Rosaria, ordered that all bearers being harbored by the villagers be slaughtered, along with those ducal loyalists who had given them shelter. In the ensuing massacre, Eastpool's population was effectively decimated, and ultimately the village was abandoned. Yeah. The territorialization of Rosaria. In the year 861, taking advantage of the discord arising from Rosaria's internal woes in the wake of the Night of the Flames, the Ironblood launched an attack that inflicted devastating losses on an already crippled nation, robbing it of what little power remained. Later that same year, Sanbrec stepped in and forced the once proud duchy to submit to one final humiliation by becoming a vassal state of the Empire, just as Duchess Annabella and her imperial conspirators had planned. Area of swampland that stretches northeast from Roslith Castle. The odd village would once be found here, but nothing to compare to the lively settlements that line the main roads of the realm. With the encroachment of the Blight and the creatures driven before it, even these scant settlements were soon deserted. Area of marshland in the eastern part of the imperial province of Rosaria, just south of Martha's Rest. Numerous shacks and hovels dotted about the swamp suggest that the area was once at least sparsely populated. However, now most lie broken and abandoned, their owners having fled for far more habitable climes once the water began to rise. 3 reads, yeah. This is where a lot of my reading is going to be happening. Like, look at all the things here. Gods. Towering citadel from which the Holy Emperor of Sambrec rules over the entirety of the domain. With the Mother Crystal riding above it and the imperial capital of Oriflamme spread out below, this ivory edifice is truly a wonder to behold. A lance-wielding knight of the Holy Empire of Sanbrec. The dragoons are trained in a unique acrobatic fighting style modeled after the movements of dragons, which is characterized by sudden thrust and disorienting leaps and dives. Gregorian scripture hold the creatures to be divine, a gift from the goddess herself, and so too are their namesakes revered by the populace. Unit of Imperial Army assassins tasked with taking the head of the Iron Kingdom's dominant, Warden of Ice and Vessel for the icon Shiva. All of its members, including its leader Tiamat, are bearers, branded men passed into servitude for their ability to wield magic. The assembled forces of the Holy Empire of Sanbrec. While officially under the command of the cardinals, it is the Holy Emperor Sylvester Lesage whom the dragoons or legions truly serve. On the battlefield, the dragoons, peerless lancers renowned throughout the realm, are the Empire's keenest weapon, sending from the skies to sow terror and disarray among their hapless foes. Senior statesmen that make up the highest office of government in Sanbrec after the Emperor himself, the Council of Elders. The council is comprised of the High Cardinal, representative of Central Sanbrec and the Holy Capital Oriflamme, and the 4 cardinals who administer the outer provinces, the northern, southern, eastern, and western seas. Viceregency. After the incorporation of Rosaria into the Empire, Emperor Sylvester elected not to rule the new province directly, but to make of it a viceregency with Roslith as its provincial capital. Quentin's Tavern in Lostwing. It is very much the beating heart of the village. Not only do the villagers congregate here to eat, drink, and make merry, it is also frequented by traveling traders seeking to load their wagons with Lostwing's famous wine. And we'll read, we'll stop with Lay of the Land a little bit and read a little bit of the bestiary. So, Vampire Thorns. While most floras, thought of as stationary, roots binding them to the soil upon which their matron seed first fell, there are some species which have an uncanny capacity for locomotion. Species such as Northern Storm's Vampire Thorn. Instead of drawing nutriment from the earth, these pitcher-like plants hide themselves in the undergrowth where they wait for prey to happily stumble by, at which time they rush out, emitting a foul cloud of mind-numbing pollen and vicious sap to disorient the victim while they strike and strangulate it with a pair of frighteningly long vines. The foul cocktail of bile and partially digested prey that accumulates within these giant carnivorous plants' bellies make their breath so spectacularly rancid that it can be used as a weapon to repel would-be attackers. Morbals favor more humid climes, such as those found on the volcanic isles of the Iron Kingdom. However, the spread of the Blight has driven the mobile flora to cooler areas, such as the swamps of Rosaria. Yeah, they're moving. Most commonly found in the woodlands of Rosaria and western Sanbrec, hornets are often mistaken for birds due to their prodigious size. This mistake, however, can prove deadly, for the overgrown insects are extremely territorial and highly aggressive and will attack aught that might venture near their hive, usually using stingers laden with a poison potent enough to subdue creatures as large as a wyvern. Wouldn't it not be poison? Wouldn't it be venom? Unlike many arachnids, which use gossamer webbing to ensnare their victims, black widows prefer instead to cling silently to trees and cliffs and await the passage of an animal below, which time they leap down and assault their prey with hooked limb and caustic spit. They prefer dark, cool environs, and as such are rarely seen in Valisthea's southern deserts. Making a habit of waters both fresh and brackish, these goodly crustaceans spend most of their time buried in the mud, where they warm their sanguine humors as they wait for a potential meal to wander by. Since the time of the founder, the people of Rosaria have hunted megalocrab for its sweet, succulent flesh and creamy tamale, the species having long been known amongst the sea folk as fire crab for the bright red color and phoenix-like patterns which emerge on the shell after boiling. Alright, well, I think we'll go ahead and end that reading off here. We're getting through them now. And it seems like we're about halfway through a lot of these too, so.
Welcome, Clive.
Alrighty, well, hope you've enjoyed this episode of Final Fantasy XVI, and I'll see you next time for some more.